How's it going, guys? Welcome back to a new video. So it is not all good news for me, I'm afraid. I'm not having a good time at the minute. So let's start with the shed. It seems an appropriate place to start. This has all got to come down because I've got to leave where I'm living, and this garden that this sits in, where I built it, was I'm only in private rent, so I've got to leave it, and I don't really want to leave all of that, so I'm going to take it apart piece by piece and take it with me, basically. Majority of it I think will come with me, maybe not all of it, because that'd be a hell of a task, wouldn't it, you know, trying to get rid of all of that in one go. So yeah, that is the first bout of bad news, because the landlord wants to sell where we live, so yeah, it's all got to go. The next piece of bad news I have is the fact that I still haven't got my turbo. I've been trying to save. I recently went on holiday, so I was leaving all my money for that, but now all my money was going to start being saved so I could get a new turbo. I wanted something like a stage 1 KRS or equivalent, new actuator, recert valve, so that then I could get the Ed's inlet manifold. Yeah, the inlet manifold. I'm losing my brain. And then we could take it for mapping. So that was the plan. It kind of still is the plan, but I'm not too sure how much longer it's going to take, because like I say, I've got to dismantle this and try and find somewhere to live. So the last little bit of news that's rubbish is to do with the car, and it's in a very, very sorry state for itself. Let me show you. Yeah, nothing much I can say about that, really. Basically what happened was I was out, and I was at a university in Loughborough, and there was a massive speed bump. Now usually I'd take it on the angle so things like that don't happen, but there was traffic waiting to turn at the side of me. They was coming this way. I had no way of swinging over, so I thought I'd just have to risk it. And when you play silly games, you win silly prizes, and that's my silly prize. So what I'm going to have to do is get this off, because it's going to have to go in the bin. And yeah, it did push the wings out either side, but obviously I've pushed them back in. But let's get it off. I don't think there's any saving that, guys. I tried with Craig's, but that is, yeah, I think that's just completely dead, so you have to get a new one of those. Now, I'll put a little overlay here of what was going on the way home that day, and as you can see from that, the temperature was just going up and up and up. In the end, it got to like 55, and I couldn't understand for the life of me what was going on. I thought something was, you know, broke, but the engine temp was normal, so I was a bit like, I'm not sure what's going on. So obviously when I've just taken this off, I noticed that the little sensor that sits there, it was actually tucked up right near, I think by the gearbox. It had managed to flick up and hold itself up there, luckily, because if that had ripped off, geez, that'd have caused me a whole world of problems, well, more problems. But yeah, so I've cable tied that back in its position on the back of the grill. So yeah, just sorry state for itself, isn't it, you know? But obviously that as well, that had bent, and I'm not too sure whether, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but whether that's been pushed back, because there's a nick there on the intercooler, which is quite deep really. Hasn't pierced it, but it's quite deep. It's dented here. I'd imagine from where that bolt probably came back and smacked into it, but I'm not sure if that's bent back or not. I can't remember. So yeah, I have to have a look on that. I think what I'll do is just keep an eye on temperatures and coolant level and things like that, and if it gets worse, then probably have to have a new radiator. But I think that's the radiator anyway, isn't it? Yeah. No, it's not. It's the air compressor condenser. Air compressor condenser? The aircon condenser. So yeah, I didn't think I had it anyway, but I probably certainly have it now. Well, on further inspection, it's actually ripped the wrap quite a few places. So there's that bit there that's ripped. it's fractured all there, scuffed underneath. Obviously that pulled out from where the bolt was, scuffed on that bit there as well, and that's come out as well. That's okay. Where obviously the bumper's pushed back and hit the wing, it's chipped the paint underneath the wrap and the wrap itself. It's done whatever that's done. Buggered the bumper on that side. And yeah, it's misaligned that side, so at some point I'm going to take the bumper off and have to realign it. So yeah, all fun and games, people. And another thing, this failed again, driver's side again, and it's pulling the wrap off with it, so I don't think this red will survive the winter. So there we have it, guys. You know the problems that I've got with this. Looks awful, looks so naked. Really don't like it, but I'm probably not going to buy one this side of the year. It's going to wait till next year, because otherwise, if I get one now, it's going to go through winter, and that'll probably snap as well. Now, one thing I will say is, you know that I've done a number on this one because it was a TRC splitter, and they are usually bulletproof. The amount of times I've gone over scrapes and stuff, and because it's fiberglass, you know, it's been brilliant. But yeah, that just gives you an indication of how hard I wouldn't say how hard I hit it, because I didn't hit it hard. I was, you know, creeping, but I'm actually really gutted, to be honest. I'm probably more gutted about that than I'm about this. But yeah, so thank you for watching. It's probably only been a short one, and it's probably not, you know, the greatest of videos to film, but just wanted to give you guys a bit of an update because I've not posted for months now. But now you know why. The plan is still to get the turbo changed, do the high flow inlet, and get it mapped, because I've thought about selling this a couple of times, and I've thought better of it, because if I do that now, I'm going to regret not finishing it. So for me, it's got to be finished, and by finished, it's got to be how I want it. So that's where we're going to try and get to. Thank you very much for watching, guys. See you very soon.